welcome back to my channel. For today's video we have my haul of the month. If you are new here, my name is Natalie. I post videos all about makeup and beauty. If you like what you see here today, I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave, but why don't we get started? So right off the bat for this month's haul, we're basically just going to pretend that my low buy doesn't exist, because apparently that's what I seem to have done in the month of April. I did go slightly overboard with my purchases this month. Not that I was doing the best with this low buy anyway, I was still buying some things from the beginning of the year, but this month I was particularly weak and did make quite a lot of purchases. I'm going to start off by blaming Patmograph, because it was her glitch sale that just made me kind of break and purchase things that I didn't intend to have a purchase, but because of the glitch sale I just felt like I had to make the most of it. And then because I'd kind of broken my rules with that purchase, it's then downhill since then, and I've purchased quite a few things. Actually, just quickly before I do start, I'm hoping things look okay. I did actually get a new phone in April, which I suppose is technically part of this whole sort of thing, but because I film on it I can't show you. I now have the iPhone 13 and it does have this cinematic mode, which I'm currently testing out. I'm hoping it's okay to film YouTube videos in, with it being cinematic. I'd like to presume so. So fingers crossed everything looks okay. Hopefully it'll be okay holding products up, because I know it's currently making the background blurry. If you like the way that this is now set up, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise I will revert back to my other way. Apologies, this video is a bit all over the place. It's also been a little while since I filmed, so I just feel like I can't get my bearings either. I'm always rubbish at linking my makeup in the description box, and my eyes are definitely brighter than I usually go for. I am currently wearing the eyeshadow palette that I got in the Juvia's Place mystery box that I did unbox on my channel recently. The Allure palette. I was feeling quite daring, so thought I would give it a go, and I was dying to try this blue shade in the middle, which is kind of a duochrome. When I put the look on, it was definitely out of my comfort zone, and I felt like mascara wouldn't do it justice, so I also attempted to go with some false lashes as well. These are from Glamnetic, which again I did an unboxing on my channel recently. These are the Live-In lashes. I feel like this is an eyeshadow look that definitely needs false lashes. Now on to the products that I purchased. I'll start first of all with the things that I got in the Patmograph glitch sale. Like I say, that's the thing that kind of broke the low buy, so I'll start with those. So just in case you're not sure what I'm talking about when I say the Patmograph glitch sale, they did have a sale on their website quite some weeks ago now. It did take a little while to arrive, where they already had a discount on their website, but once you logged into your Patmograph account there was a discount code you could put in, which I think took an additional 50% off, as well as the discount you were already getting as part of the sale. So there were products that were sometimes sort of 70% off, including their Mothership palettes, which are usually around the £120 mark. When I seen all this was going on, it gave me a good excuse to try things from Patmograph that I've always wanted to try but didn't want to spend the price point on. Definitely been some controversy with this sale in that not everyone has had their order fulfilled. I have seen going around on Facebook and Instagram people sharing emails they'd received saying that their orders had been cancelled, or some randomly saying we fulfilled your order, but please note this was a glitch, but make sure you shop again in the future. Which is a very strange email. But I was one of the very lucky few that got their orders sent. Let me show you what I ordered. So the first thing I picked was a little trio set, the first of which is one of the blushes. This is one of the Divine blushes in the shade Flirtatious, and then it also did come with this lip duo, which is the Forbidden Love and Lust lip duo, which includes a lipstick and a lip gloss. I was predominantly getting the set for the blush anyway. This was just a bonus because I do like the lipstick formula and I hadn't wanted to try one of the glosses. I do believe that these blushes alone retail for, it's either £30 or £35, and I think this gift set was £35. So because I've been wanting to try one of the blushes anyway, getting the lipsticks was just a bonus, because I definitely don't need them, but I might as well. And I think with the original sale, I can't remember what it took it down to, but it was a really good deal. But because of the glitch, I ended up getting this for half price, so I paid £17.50 for all of these products. So I'm so glad that I waited until the glitch happened. Not that I knew it was going to happen, but I'm glad I waited anyway. So packaging of the blush is absolutely gorgeous, and then the actual palette inside is just the normal black packaging from Patmograph. I do kind of wish that I had this packaging on the box, but to be honest I'm probably just going to keep it in here anyway, because all of this stuff is very precious. But that is the black lacquer packaging, and like I say, I got the shade Flirtatious. So it is a really nice compact with a good size mirror, and then this is the shade itself. and I do believe this is one of the either the matte or the satin formulas. I don't tend to like a shimmery blush. I do go for satin at a push, but I do much prefer a matte blush, and I feel like this was a matte blush, but it's a really pretty neutral shade. Absolutely love the packaging. You can definitely feel that it is luxury. There's also a lot of weight in this compact, so yeah, really nice and really excited to give this a go. Give it a little swatch, which I've stupidly done right in the middle of my hand when I have other things to swatch. So if you can see it there, it is a really nice pale dusty rose shade. So excited to try this properly. And then this I haven't even opened, and I didn't think to bring scissors over. I'm not a massive fan of Patmograph's packaging, if I'm honest. The sequins are a pain, they go absolutely everywhere, and you do have to open the packages with scissors. If they had a little tear strip, it'd be a little bit better, but you have to use scissors. So I'm just going to quickly get some because I do want to swatch these. I've only opened it about halfway because I don't want these sequins flying everywhere. So this includes a Beautiful Stranger Mini Matte Trans Lipstick and the Aphrodisiac Lust Gloss. I do actually have a Patmograph lipstick on now, which I think is in the shade Venus in Fairs. So I knew I already liked the formula, and I do really love the packaging of this as well. So let's have a look. So this is the very cute little gloss. Actually quite pigmented, which is definitely my preference. I do prefer a pigmented gloss. I do own a Patmograph lip gloss, but I have quite a transparent shade, so I'm really glad to now have an opaque one. And then this is the lipstick, which is in the shade Beautiful Stranger. I think I actually prefer the packaging of this one to the normal black packaging with the lips on. I feel like this is just a little bit more sleek. And then that is this one. That is actually a deeper shade than I thought it was going to be. That's actually the issue I have with this Venus in Fairs. When I ordered it, it did look like it was going to be a bit lighter of a shade, but that is really pretty. And I think putting the gloss on top would probably tone that down slightly. So yeah, glad I ordered that little set. Then we have the piece de resistance of my order, and that is one of the Mothership palettes. For the fact of how discounted these were, I just could not resist. Like I said, these aren't normally around the £120 mark. This was on sale for, I think it was about 80 or something like that. And then this glitch code, which took 50% off, meant I think I paid about £42 for this. I was definitely not expecting it to be this large of a palette. Not that that's a problem at all, but I definitely wasn't expecting it to be this big. Absolutely gorgeous packaging, which again doesn't translate inside. It is just the normal black lacquer packaging inside, but like with the gloss, this is probably just going to live in here if I'm honest, because I feel like I need to keep it extra protected. So I don't think I said which one this actually is. It is the Mothership 7 Divine Rose palette. It is such a weighty palette, definitely the most luxurious feeling in my collection. And then here is the inside. Again, I had underestimated how large of a palette this is. These are huge pan sizes, so like I'll be definitely getting my money's worth. Obviously I got a bargain anyway, but I'm excited to see what this formula is like. I have one of the mini Patmograph eyeshadows, the ones that just contain all shimmers. I think there's two on their website, one which is colourful and one which is more neutrals, and that one's only around the £22 mark with really cheap packaging, so it's nice to have this. Although I've got to say, my arm is aching off the weight of this. But this is such a gorgeous palette. I'm especially excited by this shade here because this one looks to be a duochrome. I don't think it gives the details of the finishes, just the name of the shades. Really excited, and I haven't even touched this palette yet. I've not got much room left on my hand, but I think I'm just going to do a quick swatch of this one because I'm really intrigued by it. That is that one there. I've just swatched that one there if you can see that. That is such a pretty shade. It's not as opaque as I thought it would be, so it might be more of a kind of topper shade, but it does go from kind of peach to gold to a rose gold type shade, so really pretty. I definitely need to make a point of using this palette a lot because not that I spent a lot of money on it. I mean, £40 is still a lot of money. Not that I spent over £100 on it, but still I have a habit with more luxury products of kind of rationing myself with them because I don't want to use them up, which is stupid because then it's even more of a waste of money. But yeah, I'm going to have to put this down now because my arm is really sore, but such a pretty palette. Definitely wouldn't have paid over £100 for it, but more than happy to pay 40 something pound for it. And then the final thing that I got as part of the sale was actually a free gift. I think if you spent over £60, you did get this free eye duo, and I think my order just about went over the £60 mark, so I was able to get this as well. So this is the Extreme Precision Eye Duo and comes with a eyeliner and a mascara. The mascara is the Dark Star mascara, and that is just a mini, but I think it is a full size of the eyeliner. I have been really wanting to try this mascara, and I did actually have a mini of it in the basket before I seen that I could get this gift set, so it's great that I've basically got it for free. Most of this order was a steal anyway. I'm not going to open this one just now because I do have quite a few mascaras open, so I want to use them up before I open this one. I don't know how much use I'll get out of the liquid liner because I don't tend to reach for liquid liner much anymore, but I might give it a try and see what it's like. That is everything that I got from the Patmograph sale. I was very tempted to pick up the foundation because I have heard great things about it. I just hate shade matching online, and I went back and forth between a couple of shades. Whilst I was getting it heavily discounted, it was still around the £30 mark, I want to say, and that for me is a little bit high to spend on a foundation when I'm not 100% sure on the shade. So I decided to leave the foundation, just went with what I've shown you. I feel like considering how much discount was to be had, I was quite restrained. I did just pick up one palette and then a kit that I was going to purchase anyway. The only kind of splurge was the palette, but definitely not as much of a splurge as it could have been. And I feel like all these products for just over £60 is an absolute steal because this one should be £120 alone. My next big order was from Colourpop, and I was really interested in their recent spring release. It's now an old release that they've probably had 10 releases since, because again this was something from a few weeks ago. I did order from the Spring Daisy Does It collection, but there was something from this order that I did already have a go of because I couldn't resist, and that is the palette. So this is the Daisy Does It palette, and this is one of Colourpop's, I think, many spring releases at this point. I am quite intrigued as to how many releases they've actually had since this palette. I probably can't count on one hand, that's for sure. So this is a really pretty palette that I think is gorgeous for spring. Did I need this palette in my collection? Most likely not, but I couldn't resist. I think it was the pop of yellow that got me. Even though I've got the Limoncello palette, which has a pop of yellow, and it's not a shade that I reach for an awful lot, I was just drawn into this palette, and I can't explain why. There aren't many things that I do jump on the day of release, but every so often Colourpop gets me. I think the last time they got me was with the Child palette, and I definitely don't regret that purchase, so I'm hoping I'm not going to regret this one. It is such a pretty palette and perfect for spring, which is why I couldn't resist breaking into it because we're already basically in summer at this point. So it does have a few neutrals, a couple of pops of corals and peaches, and then these two shades here have a kind of green tinge to them, which again I think are probably shades that drew me in. This palette doesn't come with a mirror, which is absolutely fine. I'm not too sure about the size of the pans on this one. I think they might be the same as the Limoncello palette, which are slightly bigger pans than their usual 12-pan palettes. Yeah, I couldn't resist with this one, so I have already had a little play, and it does perform really well, as with most Colourpop palettes. So excited to use this one some more. I did also pick up a couple of other items from this collection as well. This one is one of the glossy lip stains, and this is in the shade Tree Hugger. If I remember rightly, a lot of the shades in this collection were all quite deep sort of red tone shade. I think this was the most neutral leaning one. This is how this one looks. I do like the couple of products that I've tried from the Fresh Kiss line. I've lost count of how many there are now, but I don't believe I've tried the glossy lip stain. I think the ones I've tried are the lip creams, but this looks like a really pretty shade. Then this is how it comes. So it is this one here. It is a kind of orangey red shade, but I think from what I remember from swatches, it does have a bit of a clear base to it, so it doesn't go on too opaque, but I like that it's lip stains. Excited to give that a go because I do definitely like a long wearing lipstick, and if it's going to be a glossy lip stain, I'm going to presume based on that formula it's going to be quite comfortable and not drying. And I also ordered one of the Super Shock eyeshadow duos. This is the ones in the name Plum, and it does come with two shades here. These are in the shade Boutonniere and Corsage, and we have a gold shade and then a really pretty green shade. Definitely a sucker for a green eyeshadow. The pretty packaging with the daisies. So let me try and find some room to swatch them. I might go on the back of this hand. Didn't think to show you before I put my finger straight in it, but that is the shade Corsage, which is a gorgeous green shade. Is Boutonniere, which I will show you before I stick my finger in it. The Corsage shades feel slightly more creamy than the Boutonniere shade. Let me just check the formulas. So Boutonniere is an ultra metallic and Corsage is an ultra glitter. That is the other one there. Both really pretty shades. I think they had 3 duos altogether, but I liked both the shades contained in here. I've definitely been reaching for Super Shock shadows more as of late, just for that easy kind of one and done look. Because of having a newborn baby, I don't always have time when I want to apply shadow to go in with a full look with multiple shades, so grabbing one of these is perfect. So it's nice to have a bit of colour now, because the ones that I have are mainly all neutral tones, but I'm glad I've got a pop of green in case I'm feeling slightly adventurous. And the final thing I ordered from Colourpop is another Super Shock shadow, and this one is in the shade I Heart This. I think this is just from their normal line. So this one's slightly bashed, so I have to be careful with this one. This is kind of like a taupe shade and is again an ultra glitter. So I feel like the ultra glitter ones are definitely a bit smoother. So I've put that next to the gold shade to see how similar they are. So that's the bottom one here, which does have kind of more of a taupey, almost pink tinge to it. But really pretty shade and great for every day. So that was my Colourpop order. Even though I did jump on a collection, again, I feel like I was quite restrained and didn't buy absolutely everything. I just got the few bits that I was interested in. My next item is something that I actually purchased in a physical beauty shop, which I can't remember the last time I did that. 99% of my beauty purchases are done online. But I was recently in the city centre and was in John Lewis, so I was having a look around all the beauty counters, which was quite nice because I can't remember the last time that I did that. I went over to the Benefit counter because I wanted to have a look at the new concealers that they've got in the Boying range, but I decided against one of them because I do have quite a few concealers in my collection at the moment, and I have purchased another couple in front of me. But I did actually decide to get a mini of this setting spray. This is the Porefessional Supercessor spray, and this is just 30ml, which based on how long it takes me to go through setting spray, this is going to be more than enough. The reason I actually ended up purchasing this was because I've just finished my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, so needed another one to go into. Completely forgetting that I had a peach variation of the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and a few other setting sprays in my collection, so I didn't actually need this, but I have heard great things and I did want to give it a try. I'm glad I did only get the mini because this will last me long enough, but yeah, excited to try it properly. And actually, I think I'm going to give it a little mist on my face now. This is very reminiscent of the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. Why do they have two caps on them? So let's see what the spray is like. Oh, that is, yeah, that's extremely, that might even be finer than the Continuous Setting Mist. Let's give this a go. Yeah, that is really nice, and it does actually smell very similar to the one from Morphe. Excited to try this properly. Now on to my final few purchases, which I'm going to justify by saying all of these were made with gift vouchers and cashback and things like that, so that's my justification. The first of which is a backup of a product I already have, and it is the Ysl Touch Concealer. I get this in the shade 1, which is Luminous Radiance. If you are a new subscriber to my channel, this is probably my holy grail product. I use this on my under eyes every single day, and I've lost count of how many of these I've gone through. So this is quite a pricey product. I think it is around £27–28. For me, it is worth every penny, but I do always try and get it discounted. I do currently, I believe, already have one in backup, but I do go through them quite regularly. I don't mind having a second one, and this was heavily discounted, so I kind of couldn't resist. It was on sale for, I think it was £21 on Feel Unique. I also had a couple of gift vouchers to put towards it. I had the £3.95 from my recent pick and mix samples. I also had a £5 gift voucher because I'd spent over a certain threshold. I think it's £75 on the website. So I did have a £1.95 to take off it, as well as it being discounted. So I think all in all, I paid about £12 for this, so I couldn't resist that. So even though I technically don't need it, I do already have one in backup. It's a product that I never want to be without, so I'm more than happy to pick it up when I can. The next product did come as part of a larger purchase, but the rest of the purchase was nappies, which I'm guessing you don't want to see, so I'm just going to show you the beauty product that I bought with the nappies. So this is from Bioderma and is the Micellar Water Makeup Remover. This is just a small 100ml bottle, but at the point I was purchasing nappies, they had a deal where if you purchased this, you got like 500 points, and then they had, if you spent over so much, you got so many more points. Basically, it meant that before putting this in my basket from my order of nappies, I was going to get around 400 Advantage Card points. But putting this in here meant that I ended up getting 1100 Advantage Card points. I don't think I really need another micellar water at the moment, but for that many Advantage card points, and I think this was only £5 to begin with, I kind of couldn't resist. Because of the size of this, it's always going to be handy for travel, and we have just actually booked a few days away over the summer holidays, so to be honest, I'm probably just going to save it and take it then, because the micellar waters that I do currently have in my collection are both larger bottles. Plus I have heard great things about this and I don't think I've tried it. So then once those 1100 Advantage card points had rolled onto my account, I had about £40 worth of points. Annoyingly, I actually had £39 and I think it was something like 96 pence, so just shy of £40. I had actually been saving up the points to possibly purchase, I think it's called the Strength Trainer cream from Ole Henriksen, which is £40, but I decided there was something else that I did want to try as well, so I purchased that instead. Annoyingly though, about 2 days after I placed my order, the moisturiser from Ole Henriksen went 20% off, down to £32, so I could have purchased that and still have points left to spare, but I'll get it another time, it's fine. So with my Advantage card points, I wanted to try this concealer from Dior. I think this is their newest release concealer, and it is the Dior Backstage Flash Protector Concealer. It says it is high coverage, natural glow finish, crease proof and waterproof. Even though I do have the Dior Powder No Powder and it's not an absolute favourite, I do kind of want to give the brand another go, so that's why I thought I'd pick up this concealer. This was, I think, around £22, but like I say, it didn't technically cost me a penny because I used Advantage card points. Weirdly though, I had spotted this on the Feel Unique website a few weeks previous and it was on there for £40, nearly double the price, and I don't know why, because it was still the same 11ml of product, so I don't know why it's so expensive on Feel Unique when it was only 20 something pounds on Boots. Absolutely love the packaging. I like the little Dior detailing on the lid there. I got this one in the shade 1N, which it looks like it's going to be a pretty good shade match. I'm most intrigued by the applicator on this one, because it does have a brush applicator. I'm thinking it might be quite similar to my Ysl Touch Concealer, because that is a kind of brush applicator, and even though that's the one I only use for my under eyes, any other concealer like this I do tend to use on blemishes and redness and things. This might be one that I can use for both, although in that respect I shouldn't have purchased the Ysl, but I think I ordered that first. So let me see if I can just do a little swatch on the back of my hands somewhere. So it does look like it's a nice thin consistency. Just done a swatch there. And it looks like it is a pretty good shade match for me. To go for more cool toning leaning shades, but as of late I've realised I am more neutral toned, or I think so anyway. So that is going to be a good shade match for me, I think. It does look like it is pretty high coverage as well, so yeah, excited to see what this one's like. And the fact that I was able to get it with Advantage card points is just a bonus. I was just going to get that and check out, but because it was only 20 something pound and free delivery on Boots is anything over £25, I didn't want to waste my points, as it were, paying for delivery. So I decided to just kind of blow the whole nearly 40 something pounds and try something else. I've seen quite a few things going around lately about the brand Versed. I think it's Versed. So I thought I would give something a try. There were quite a few moisturisers and serums and things which were catching my eye, but I feel like I do have so many of them in my collection. So instead I decided to go for this product, which I do believe is a hydrating makeup remover. So this is the Baby Cheeks all-in-one hydrating milk with coconut water and bamboo extract. So it says it's a do-it-all toner, cleanser and makeup remover that leaves your skin feeling velvety soft. I help hydrate and balance skin's pH. So I know I said when I ordered this that I didn't really need any more micellar waters. It's the thing in my collection that I've probably got the least of, so that's why I justified it. I think this was £16.50, so this with the concealer, it did come just under, I think it was like £38 something, so I've probably got about 100 Advantage card points left. I don't think I would have purchased this if I didn't get it for free kind of thing. Because I'm constantly purchasing nappies, my Advantage card points are racking up quite quickly, so I don't mind treating myself occasionally. And then the very final thing that I purchased was from Cult Beauty. Cult Beauty now have got a reward scheme that they never had previously, and because I had already made purchases with them, they sent me an email saying, welcome to the reward scheme. Because you are kind of an existing member of Cult Beauty, here is a £5 voucher. Normally I wouldn't let that sucker me in, but it was only valid for a week and there was something already in my basket that I had been wanting to try for some time now. So I think this was around the time I treated myself to Boots that I just decided to go for it, and I purchased this from Glow Recipe. This is the Plump Hyaluronic Serum Deep Hydration and Glow. I've heard great things about this serum as well as the moisturiser. I was very torn between which one to get, but I think I've got less serums in my collection. I've still got quite a few, but it's definitely less than the moisturisers that I've got. So this, I believe, is around £37. I think the day I placed the order, there was 20% off, and then I had that £5 credit that I could apply to my order as well. So I think this ended up going through at around about £27 something, and then I did also have around about £15 top cashback to cash out. So I think actual money, this only cost me around about £12. That maths was probably all completely wrong, but I definitely didn't spend £37 on it anyway, so I thought it was a good excuse to give this one a try as well. It says it'll give your skin a juicy, youthful and healthy looking plump, so yeah, excited to see what this one's like. So that is everything that I purchased in the month of April. So yeah, well and truly broke my low buy this month. I do need to definitely be better in May. But other than that, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.